Have you ever set your alarm for 5 a.m. with a whole new life planned, but then hit snooze just like the day before, and then you wake up later, behind, annoyed and promising yourself tomorrow will be different? Nothing went wrong, this is who you've been. And the hour you keep skipping, that's not time, that's leverage. This is not a wake up early because successful people do type video. This is about why your life keeps feeling stuck, even though you're not lazy. Why you work hard, think a lot, consume the right content, and still feel like you're running in place. By the end of this video, you'll understand why waking up at 5 a.m. isn't about discipline. It's about control. Why your current schedule is silently working against you, and how one quiet hour can do what motivation never does. But first, I need you to recognize something about yourself, because this story isn't about some random guy. It's about you. Right now, you're probably doing your best inside a system that was never designed for you to win. You wake up already reacting. Messages, noise, and responsibilities. Other people's priorities grab your attention before your feet hit the floor. And by the time you finally get a moment to think, you're tired. Not physically tired, but mentally. And that's when the lie shows up. I'll work on myself later. 99 times out of 100. That later never comes, and this is why. You're stuck because your best energy is spent surviving the day instead of creating your future. Think about it. When do you say you'll learn a new skill? Start that thing you keep thinking about, or get in shape, or maybe fix your finances? Usually after work. After responsibilities, right? After you're already drained, which means you're trying to build a better life with whatever crumbs of energy are left. That's not a motivation problem. It's a timing problem. It's like trying to renovate a house while people are still living in it. Of course, nothing changes. You're too busy keeping things from falling apart. This is the turning point you have to realize. Your life will not change when you get more time. It changes when you claim time before it gets taken from you. That's why 5 a.m. actually matters. Not because it's early as frick in the morning, but because no one owns you yet. It's just you, and that's dangerous. In a good way. But here's where most people mess this up. And if you've done this, drop a "yup, that's me" in the comments. You wake up early for 3 days, feel tired, get nothing life-changing instantly, and then quit. Because you misunderstand what the morning's actually for. So let me clarify it. 5 a.m. is not for grinding. It's for building the version of you that only shows up when everything's quiet. That hour isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right thing, uninterrupted. Here's what happens when you consistently wake up early. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop asking, should I do this today? And start asking, what am I building right now? That shift alone changes how you see yourself. Because identity doesn't change from motivation. It changes from repeated evidence. Here's the framework. Nothing too crazy, but effective. Hour 1. Build a skill that improves your future, not scrolling or consuming motivation videos. A real skill, whatever it is that you want to improve on. Hour 2, or half hour. Move around, clear your head, and plan your day intentionally. Super simple. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's over 500 hours a year of focused, distraction-free effort. Now that right there is what I call unfair advantage. Most people never give themselves that kind of space. They stay stuck because they never step far enough away from noise to hear themselves freaking think. So, I'll be honest with you guys. The first week sucks. Your body complains, your brain negotiates, and every excuse sounds logical. You'll say things to yourself like this isn't sustainable or I need sleep. But that resistance isn't your body. That's your old identity fighting to survive. And here's the turning point most people miss. One day, you wake up before the alarm. Yes, I said before the alarm. You won't be full of energy and pumped up. You'll just be calm and present. And that's when you realize you're no longer trying to change. Because you are changing. You don't wake up early because you're disciplined. You wake up early because this is who you are now. This is the real version of you that's been hiding in the shadows for years. Here's what quietly starts happening. You speak with more confidence. You follow through more often. You think more clearly and make smart decisions. Things still go wrong, but they just don't shake you like they used to. You feel steadier and more in control. And people start to notice without you having to say anything. So now I want you to imagine something. Not a made-up dream. Let's call it a realistic shift. What could your life look like in 6 months? If you gave yourself one dedicated hour every morning. Waking up at 5 a.m. isn't about becoming extreme. It's about reclaiming the only time of day that hasn't been contaminated yet. Before the world decides your mood and before your excuses wake up with you. That hour is where futures are quietly built. Why do you think some of the most successful people in the world start their mornings at 4 or 5 a.m.? Because that's when greatness actually gets built. It's not discipline, it's what those hours make possible. And anything is possible. So tonight, don't make a promise. Just make a decision. Ask yourself, what would I build if I had one quiet hour? And drop a comment with what you'd work on at 5 a.m. Not for me, for you. I'll see you before the sun comes up.